Burning the midnight oil again, Mr. Grayson?
No, afraid not, Mike. My wife's taking our son to San Francisco tomorrow morning to visit her sister. And what do? I leave her tickets at my desk. You ever find yourself forgetting things in your old age?
Seems like I do, but I can't remember.
I'm calling on behalf of Agent John Wesley Grayson. And I'm calling for the third time. Wanda and Lena Bolin have been missing for 3.5 weeks. The mother's already filed a report. What Agent Grayson wants now is action.
Sit down. This is Agent Grayson. Who's this?
Captain DeLello, look, I'm doing all I can about the Bolin case. I know the mother's very upset about the girls, but I'm backed up 3 months on MP cases. What's the Justice Department's interest? This thing linked to something else?
Just say that we're interested. I'd like whatever you have on the case as soon as possible, Captain.
I'll do the best I can.
Thanks. Misrepresentation of federal authority is a felony.
My girls are gone, Mr. Grayson. And no one seems to give a damn about that. As soon as you say you live southeast, you can forget about the police. My girls are gone. Wanda's my daughter and Lena's my sister's girl. She might as well be my own. My sister's not very capable.
How old are they? Green?
Thanks. Wanda's 18 and Lena will be 20 next month.
Well, they're not kids. Not uncommon for young adults to feel the need to break away.
My girls don't go any place that they don't tell me first, and vice versa.
So what do you think happened?
They fell in with the wrong bunch.
Drugs?
Oh, no. They don't have time or the need for that stuff. If they did, I'd know it. Do you know a man named Bishop Grace?
No.
Runs a mission on the southeast side. Real dynamic type person. The kind no real church would have. So he started his own. But if you ask me, that man's a whole lot bigger than any one man's God.
What do you mean?
Used to be enough to want to teach the word of God. But these men today, they want to be God. All I know is I couldn't drag my girls to church. Then the next thing I know, that's all they want to talk about. Bishop Grace, Bishop Grace. Somewhere in that man's idea, God, Mr. Grayson, I lost my 2 girls. You gotta believe me.
Have you got a picture of Lena and Wanda?
I know it was wrong to use your office, but doing things the right way, I wasn't getting anywhere.
I'll go talk to Bishop Grace.
Thanks.
In the hollow of his hand, we are lifted in his love. We are lifted in his glory and rise up to bless his name. Rise up with me now, brothers and sisters. Rise up in the glory of his love. Rise up now, glory, glory. 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 Rise up. Glory. Now, what does it mean? If I be lifted up. If I be lifted up. If who? If I. Be what? Lifted up. Now, what does it mean? Be lifted up. It means to find in yourself a God spirit, rise up and rejoice in his strength, to be lifted up from your despair, to find a just place for yourself on his earth, to grow in health and living well. Oh, yes, it does. Oh, yes, it does. Oh, yes. Can I get an amen?
You stay clean and pure? Good to see you. Suffer the little children and forbid them not to come unto thee.
Lena and Wanda Boland.
2 pretty young women. The worst thing a man of God can do is be seen with pretty young women.
Do you know them?
No, I do not.
Have you ever seen them?
Hundreds of pretty young women come through these doors every week, looking for shelter, looking for the light of his love, looking very much like them.
They've been missing for about a month. One of the last places they were seen was in your mission.
By whose authority do you come into this house of worship and ask questions with a tone of accusation?
Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's.
Quoting scriptures. Are you a man of God?
All of us, preacher. God has no bleak sense of humor. Agents Grayson and Platt.
Otto! Who called out the cavalry? You look like hell.
I don't want any part of this.
What's all the firepower for, Bill?
Otto's had some reports that Bishop Grace has harbored fugitives.
So why haven't you moved on him? I had to instigate the damn warrant. Come on, Calvin.
You know how many missing person calls I get per week? Every activist attracts accusations. At least this one is feeding people. So, you tell me, What makes this situation so special?
Somebody came to me with a problem. You can put it under the personal favor column. Do we really need this overkill?
It's still Otto's case. It's Otto's call.
Otto, how about the garbage truck? Let's show these guys something.
Ned, we don't have enough time.
It's your last case. You want to spend the final years of your life knowing that one of these kids might have died because you went over for us? That's artillery of surprise, distraction. Nobody gets hurt. Summer '64, Anacostia. Truck worked pretty good then. Feel like a kid again. Let's get this over with. Hey, you want us to collect your bag and can and put on a corner? We don't pick it up off the stoop. Now, it's a shotgun. Who else is in there?
This is the richest country in the world.
These are the forgotten and the forsaken. Where should they go? Your house? Your family ready to take in the hookers and the heroin addicts?
Looks to me like you're not taking them in, you're breeding them.
Otto, I have a warrant to search.
You don't need a piece of paper, mister. My house is open to everyone.
Yeah, tell that to Mr. Shotgun. Ned, take the basement. Alan, upstairs.
How many people do you clean up after?
I've spent half my life cleaning up after filth.
On a cold night, we get over 100 people. On a daily basis, we get 40 or so. Most are out right now trying to raise money to pay the bills, begging for survival. And you're here, questioning me, looming about in ominous ways. All you big, powerful men giving me threat. Why don't you help us? Why don't you give us some money so that the young people will be huddled here tonight? Cold and hungry. You can help us feed them. Are you man enough to leave something behind here beside you? Fear.
Westy. Better get down here.
What is it?
Skin.
Agent Grayson, this is Mary Vasecas, Assistant U.S. Attorney.
Where's Marison?
I know you wanted Myerson, but he's unavailable. If you feel you can wait, fine. Otherwise, you're stuck with me.
I'm stuck.
I won't take it personally.
I want this floor.
Pardon?
I want Public Works over there in here to yank this floor out.
Are you kidding me?
We have reason to believe that a murder or murders was committed in this room and that this floor served significantly as an instrument in the commission of that murder or murders.
Where's the warrant? Mr. Grace, let me see the warrant, please. The scope and nature of this warrant is broad enough for you to physically seize any contents in this building in which you have reasonable grounds to believe aided and abetted in the commission of the alleged offense.
Gentlemen, take the floor.
Don't leave town.
Bishop.
I'll ask God to send you a sign.
Why don't you ask God to send me Wanda and Lena Bolin?
Definitely black skin. No doubt about it. Isolate me another cell from the sample. I want to run a bar nucleus.
I'm way ahead of you.
My girls and I won't say we never had disagreements. Girls need to keep secrets from their mothers. But we always showed each other respect. We all need our privacy. That's Wanda's room over there. Not many girls realize the sacrifices you make to raise them. But they did. Both of them. Growing up in a neighborhood where there isn't much to care about. I don't know how they came to be like that.
Oh, I think that's pretty clear.
They always worked to help out with the rent and the food. But I told you that, didn't I?
Where do they work?
Oh, The last place was called Gabrielle's over on K Street. They were always bringing me dresses and things. Always bringing me.
You said that Wanda wasn't always religious. That going to church was a new experience for her.
That's just the way she is. She'd just latch onto something and just as quick she'd let it go. I thought when she started listening to the Bishop Grace, if he could get her to stay with it, then maybe he'd be all right. Wanda made it for me at the mission. I must have told her 100 times how good I felt seeing her wear hers.
Do you know where this picture was taken?
I've never seen it before.
Mind if I keep it?
I used to think they were reliable. Wanda'd call in sick every so often, but Lena'd cover for her. Then the day before inventory, they don't show. The two of them just stopped coming.
How long ago was that?
Almost a month. Inventory was the 31st. This is Wanda's. Try to help him, you know what I mean?
No. Why don't you tell me?
Try to, you know, keep him off the street. Lena tried to help her too, but that Wanda, like a duck to water. You see what you find? Like I said, Lena tried to help her. I think she was the one that got her to go to that bishop. But Wanda wouldn't listen. Like a duck to water.
That bad, huh?
Now you know why I quit poker.
Hey, I got a flash. Joe Mullen over the Hall of Record owed me. Gave him a call after you told me about the picture of the girl on the horse. Grace owns about 45 acres in Virginia, Putnam County. Calls it a retreat. The picture could have been taken there.
I'll need another warrant. Those bodies are on this property.
Sleep like that, you ought to be in the Olympics. You're going from a piece of skin on a basement floor downtown to bodies buried on a farm in Virginia. I mean, you don't even know the girls are dead.
I know they're missing.
No jurisdiction.
Putnam County Sheriff will give it to us.
You're gonna dig up 45 acres?
We have to.
How?
One scoop at a time. Mary Vasakis, please.
Hey, honey, want a date?
Have you lost your faith? I haven't seen you in church for several weeks. You know the streets are dangerous, yet still you walk.
I gotta live.
Then live clean. Bathe yourself in the healing waters of baptism and live clean. You have a child. Here, take this money. It's money from God. And feed your child. Do not buy liquor or drugs to pollute your body, but food to sustain your boy. Is that understood? Say it's understood.
It's understood.
Let his word light the path to a new life for you and for your son. Go thee and sin no more.
Thank you, Bishop.
Hey, if you're gonna get the heebie-jeebies, I'm gonna go home.
Looks like it could fit.
Bag it.
We'll take the tub, too. We could particle match between the cut and the blade. Maybe they'll yield pieces of each other.
Maybe they'll yield pieces of those girls.
Don't use any tape on the inside. It's vital we not disturb anything.
I'd like to know what these men are doing here. This is my property.
Till we finish this search, it's my property.
Will you escort these men from here?
Sir, they are federal agents with a properly issued search warrant.
This land is the property of the Eternal Light of God Church. You are violating a principle of sanctuary that has been practiced for 1,000 years. What about the separation of church and state? What about my rights? I don't know what you're looking for, Mr. Grayson, but you will not find it here. Huh?
Hey, Don. Sergeant Major Don Mahune, Alan McWhorter.
How you doing?
That Shepherd's mom and papa was trained in Vietnam to discover bodies buried as long as 2 years.
Interesting piece of American history, mister. But what does that have to do with me?
Just stay the hell out of our way.
Car.
Search. Problem wasn't Nam. We were searching huge areas. Flat. No reference points. The jungle's so thick you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. Dogs would get so excited they'd run around like a halfback. Hell, we had no idea where they'd been. We figured they needed a path. Dune!
You were turning this into a personal crusade.
If it is, because the man's guilty.
You don't have a damn thing to back that up.
Telling me you've never gone with a gut feeling?
Sure, but I'd feel a whole lot better about this if I thought that's what you were doing. This is because Grace is a preacher.
Thought personal files were confidential.
Well, there are files and there are files. Know what I mean? Over the years, I've run into a handful of guys that have gone to the seminary and never been ordained. Every one of them had the same attitude about the clergy. Sympathy and hostility, mixed together like air and gas. And the one spark that would set it all off was running into a preacher they thought had gone bad.
Man becomes a preacher to save the world. Problem is, for some of them, motivation isn't so much faith as it is ego. I know how fundamental Protestantism looks from the outside. Hell, I grew up in the middle of it. And yet there were parts of it that were beautiful. It didn't matter who you were, what you did, what you had. What mattered was faith. Simple, powerful. I saw lives changed by it. Then as I grew up, I made a decision to give my life to some great purpose, the ministry. Then I found out there was a catch. To share your faith with others, you had to have it. And the more important faith became to me, the less I had. Prayed. Lord, I believe. Help thou my unbelief. And the greater my doubts became. The biggest problem I had as a seminarian, I still have it today, is with death. I used to be able to explain it as part of God's will. Then there came a time when that explanation had no meaning. Death has meaning. We deal with it every day. You don't die because God calls you home. You die because some drunken bastard stabs you in the heart. A real preacher has faith to leave that judgment in God's hands. I do not.
Well, I'm sorry we couldn't do more for you.
Can you tell the general I said thanks?
Come on, dude.
Now, you'll be off my property by tonight, or I'm going to a lawyer to get a restraining order against you and to sue you for harassment. Let's go.
Wes?
Yeah. Don't you guys know the conspiracy's a crime?
Just don't get ahead of us, okay?
We're not here to gang up on you. We know you've got Alan and Ed working this case, and we're not too busy that we can't help.
Well, I appreciate the offer. But I've got everything under control.
All right. Maybe we did come in here to gang up on you a little bit. You're focused on a missing persons case to the exclusion of everything else that's going on here.
Personal involvement means trouble. You've said that to us 1,000,000 times, right? One of us goes out on our own, you go nuts.
You're going to tell us this isn't personal?
No, I'm not.
Then why are we dealing with it?
I am. You're not. I don't want to take up any more of the unit's time than I have to. I'm lost without forensics, so shoot me. That's why I borrowed Alan and Norma. The case to this point is 100% gumshoe. Ned's the best there is. You, Jimmy, Tony, you have your ongoing assignments. So, if you'll excuse me, you have your work to do, and I have my personal involvements to look after.
Practice what you preach, Wes.
Must be pretty good money in ministering to be able to afford a spread like this. You know, we probably got a better chance of nailing him on tax evasion.
I'm gonna find those bodies.
Don't think you are, Wes. Don't think they're here to be found.
He cut up the bodies. Grace or somebody, whoever,
and his organization killed Wanda and Lena in the mission basement, bagged them and brought them up here for disposal.
You're way off, Wes.
Put the bodies in the tub. Then he used the axe to chop them up. Then he wanted to burn them. So he used gasoline, but that wasn't hot enough, so he used kerosene.
You're starting to do that stuff again, aren't you?
Empathing is not stuff.
You sure right, Tony, about it.
That's because Tony has a lot to learn about controlling it, not letting it control him.
Maybe we've all got a lot to learn. Oh, let it go. It's not a needle in a haystack. It's just a haystack.
The residue from a fire within the tub's deep scratches revealed a kerosene accelerant. But kerosene burns at 800 degrees Fahrenheit. To reduce a body to ash requires a temperature of 1600 degrees.
We also found human tissue on the axe blade. Matches the skin we found on the floor of the mission.
Doesn't matter, Alan. Without a body, we've got nothing.
Skipper, look, I know what you're going through, and I want you to know that if there's anything that I can do to help... Right. Well, I wanted to talk to you. This may be a stupid idea, but it'll just take a second. I had this issue of modern farming, okay? And it's a, you see right here, it's a method of pulling up core samples of the earth, you know, to test for chemical levels, high and low levels of enzymes, pollutants, whatever. So what if we were to take samples from this guy Grace's property, you know, and check for enzyme levels, you know, that the dead bodies might give off? No? Is a good answer. If you don't, I just thought that you should know. Skipper?
Alan, I want to check for enzyme levels in the soil. I want to know how far apart the sample should be.
What?
A dead body will emit enzymes, right?
Yeah. Decomposing flesh throws off high concentrations of enzyme. But Wes, we have other...
So if I were to pull out a plug of soil from the earth, and there was some dead tissue nearby, theoretically, that soil would bear out a measurable enzyme level.
Right, Wes, but think it's 45 acres.
Jimmy, make sure that warrant for Bishop Grace's property is still valid.
Wes, we go back onto his property. Not gonna make a lot of friends.
I'll suffer the consequences. I need you with me. Norma, you set up shop here. We'll be sending back soil samples.
These samples take care of quadrants 8 and 9. Everything east of the barn down to the property line, about 3,200 square feet.
Norma has the first shipment.
Got them about an hour ago.
Same place?
Make it quick. Copter's waiting.
Got it.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. It's all a plot by my detractors and an overzealous government official. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll have a statement as soon as these gentlemen leave, but perhaps the government official has something he wants to say.
Mr. Grayson.
Justice has no comments. No comment. Officer! I have nothing to say. Get the circus out of here.
Strength and determination, Mr. Grayson, is woven into the very fabric of good men. If one can add patience, so much the better.
I think I've had enormous patience with you.
No, it is I who have shown patience with you, sir. Patience at a point where others feel I have a perfect right to say no.
Until my warrant expires tomorrow morning at 7:30, my right to say yes supersedes your right to say no.
I know you, Mr. Grayson. I've known you and men like you my whole life. There's a truth within you, isn't there? Beats at your heart and won't let go. Won't let you sleep. Beats so loud it rings in your ears. Eats at you. Gnaws at your very soul and will not be denied. Oh, I've known men like you my entire life. We call you crazy.
$7:30 tomorrow morning.
What's it going to take to prove my innocence?
Patience. Apparently.
$45D. 33C. 35A. 16D.
Yeah.
Alan, it's me. Sample 75A. It's giving me a very high reading. I think you should dig.
75A, got it.
75A.
Good work, babe. We'll get back to you.
Shovel! Get the shovel! It's over here!
Let me get in there. Come on.
Be careful.
Wes, stop.
It's here. Stop, Wes. Stop! It's here, Ellen, it's here! You are under arrest.
Wes! It's a horse.